What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. I am Pitching Ninja, and I'm here with Will Leahey, who wants to be sedated.
That's right, Ninja. I might even be a little bit sedated right now. Last night was a long one. But Yankees and Red Sox faced off again for the third of four games in the series, and the Sox gloriously took them down. And it started off with Gerrit Cole plunking Rafael Devers here, his arch nemesis, Rafael Devers, which there's some controversy about this we'll get into in a second. But then a couple innings later, Cole intentionally walked Rafi with nobody on and one out. He got the Barry Bonds treatment. And soon after, the wheels completely fell off, actually, and the run ended up scoring. But from this, Red Sox completely blew open the game and ultimately won. Ninja, two questions. Do you think Cole hit him on purpose? And B, what was this move?
I'll start with the second thing first, because I think it maybe shines some light, and it's what's reflected in Alex Cora's comments after the game. But the intentional walk is interesting. Obviously, Devers just owns Gerrit Cole. He is Gerrit Cole's daddy. Gerrit Cole would not deny this. And this, to me, I don't like it at all. Gerrit Cole is the ace of aces. Gerrit Cole is the defending Cy Young Award winner. Gerrit Cole has to find a way to get Devers out and not take the easy way out of walking him. Like, to me, no one on base, one out, figure out a way to get him out. Just use this opportunity. If you miss, he gives up a home run. Okay, big deal. You gave up a home run. But what happened is he walks him here, which I think in his mind, it was just like, all right, I'm going to walk him. I'm tired of you. And it's almost, his face is almost mocking it. Like, yeah, I'm not pitching to you. And then what happens is this creeps into your psyche. The dominant Gerrit Cole, the Gerrit Cole who's a bully on the bump, now has a little hole in his ego. And what happened is he just fell apart right after that. Gave up 3 runs that inning, got shelled the next inning. I just don't like it at all. Like, figure out a way. Your stuff is absolutely good enough to get Devers out. You just haven't had success against him. Figure it out. Free shot. Now, going back to the earlier at bat, Alex Cora flat out said Gerrit Cole hit Devers intentionally.
The second pitch of the game against Rafi, you see it. You know, it was intentional. I'm not gonna back up. It was intentional.
You look at this pitch, you look at where the target is, and Gerrit Cole throws a cutter off of this inside target, knowing that Devers is going to have a hard time getting out of the way of it. Now, was he trying to make Devers uncomfortable? I'd like to think so. I don't think he was hitting him on purpose. That would be my guess. But the players usually know. And for Cora to flat out say it, there's maybe a little bit more evidence that they might have that this is on purpose, at least to get Devers out of his comfort zone. But, you know, again, my instincts were no, he wasn't throwing at him on purpose. I don't think Gerrit Cole would do that, but it's certainly not impossible.
I think it was one of those, let's throw way inside, and worst case scenario, you hit him. You scare, and best case scenario, you get a great sword out of it.
It was almost like reckless disregard, whether he hit him or not. Yeah, I think that that's probably it. I don't know. What do y'all think? Leave me your thoughts in the comments. Not to be forgotten, Brayan Bello had 2 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 run as the Red Sox killed the Yankees 7-1. Bello had this backdoor 2-seamer and a slider for a sword. He faced Gerrit Cole, who only had 2 Ks in 4 1/3 innings, giving up 7 runs. Hit his fastballs and painted with his fastball, and also just could not get his daddy out. Now for the rest of my whip around the league. Michael Wacha had 8 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 1 run as the Royals sunk the Pirates 5-1. He had a flock of flames and painted with it, as well as these changeups and cutter. He faced Mitch Keller at 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 earned runs. He had a sinker, sliders, and sweepers, including this chalk sweeper and this curveball. The Blue Jays soared past the Cardinals 7-2. Jose Berrios had 4 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this front door 2-seamer and these slurves. Here's a couple of overlays of his fastballs and slurves, and those are filthy. Jose Berrios overlays are some of my favorite overlays. He faced Kyle Gibson, who had 1 K in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 1 earned run, and had this curveball. The Nats beat the Marlins 4-1. Patrick Corbin was good Patrick Corbin yesterday with 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. He had this painted 2-seamer, this cutter, and back foot slider with also a bend the knee in there. He faced Valente Biozzo, who had 4 Ks in 5 1/3 innings, giving up 3 runs, and had this breaking ball. The Phillies galloped past the Mets 6-4. Colby Allard had 3 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 3 earned runs, and had these changeups. He faced Luis Severino, had 5 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 3 runs, had these fastballs and wicked sweepers. This one's disgusting. Picked up a sword. Corbin Burnes was outstanding yesterday with 7 Ks in 7 innings, giving up no runs on 2 hits as the Orioles picked the Tigers 4-2. He had these cutters, including this perfectly painted backdoor cutter. This is absolute art and my favorite of Corbin Burnes' pitches. He also had these sliders and curveballs and picked up a sword. He faced Will's favorite pitcher, Bo Brisky, who had 1 K and 1 scoreless inning, had this heater.
To Bill Brasky!
The Guardians beat the Rays 6-1. Joey Cantillo had 6 Ks and 5 scoreless innings, giving up 3 hits. He had these fastballs, changeups, and slider. He faced Drew Rasmussen, who had 2 Ks and 2 scoreless innings, giving up 1 hit, and had these sweepers. Nick Martinez had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run as the Reds spanked the Twins 11-1. He had these sinker and cutters. He faced Simeon Woods Richardson, who had 3 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 3 runs. He also had 3 walks. 3s were wild. He had this slider, got absolutely fired up. These curveballs, including this knee-buckling curveball. The White Sox slipped past the A's 7-6, getting their 34th win of the year. Yes, sir, White Sox.
Hell yeah.
Chris the Snake Flexen had 8 Ks in 5 scoreless innings. He had these sliders, changeup, and curveballs. He faced JT Ginn, who had 3 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 3 runs. He had this sinker that ran 17 inches in this slider. Break up the White Sox. Will, are the White Sox still going to lose 120 games?
Absolutely. They are the worst team ever, but hey, that didn't stop former Red Sox legend Andrew Benintendi from hitting a walk-off dong here.
Dude, and look how fired up he is. I mean, when you only win 34 games, you got to take every advantage of getting fired up that you can.
And it's gone! Benny with a walk-off in the ninth!
The Rockies rose above the Cubs 6-5. Kyle Freeland had 3 Ks in 7 innings, giving up 3 runs and had this knuckle curve. He faced Jamison Tyone, who had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 2 runs, had this cutter, including this painted cutter and a sweeper. The Astros flew past the Angels 5-3. Justin Verlander had 2 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 2 runs. He had this slider and hammer curveball. This looks like Justin Verlander's vintage curveball. He faced Tyler Anderson, who had 4 Ks in 5 innings, giving up 4 runs, had the slider and changeup. The Mariners beat the Rangers 5-4. Logan Gilbert had 7 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs, but his stuff was better than those 4 runs. He had this 98-mile-an-hour painted fastball, his cutter and slider, and absolutely vicious splitters. He faced Mad Max Scherzer, who had 2 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 2 runs, and had the slider and cutter. The Brewers beat the D-backs in a very non-pitching ninja game, 15-8. The Amish ace Tobias Myers had 3 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 4 runs. He had his slider and changeups. And here's a good look at his mechanics that show why he's effective. He gets really good extension for a guy that's only 6'1". Extension meaning he's closer to the plate than most pitchers are. He's got above average extension. He faced Brandon Pfaadt, who was absolutely terrible yesterday, giving up 8 runs in 1 2/3 innings. We'll skip him.
Shout out to Sal Frelick for an incredible dong robbery here. Corbin Carroll thought he had a dong and an absolute jack snatch from Frelick, who says no free lunch to Carroll.
Frelick is the opposite of Will Leahey, who often charges for licks.
That's absolutely right, Ninja. $10 a pop.
Joe Musgrove had 8 Ks in 6 scoreless innings, giving up 3 hits as the Padres shut out the Giants 8-0. An outstanding effort from Joe Musgrove with these cutters, sweepers, picked up a sword on his sweeper as well as his curveball. This looked like prime Joe Musgrove. He seems to be ready for the postseason. He faced Mason Black, who had 2 Ks in 4 innings, giving up 1 earned run and had this sweeper. Speaking of the postseason, the Braves helped their postseason chances by killing the Dodgers 10-1. Chris Sale had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run, and again leads in every pitching Triple Crown category. That's right, he leads the majors in wins, strikeouts, and ERA. He's a god among men. He had 6 Ks in 6 innings, giving up 1 run. He blew Ohtani away with his 98-mile-an-hour heater and had these disgusting sliders, including this wipeout slider. He is so good. He faced Jack Flaherty, who was not so good yesterday. He had 4 Ks in 3 innings, giving up 4 runs, had this knuckle curve and sliders. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Jack Leiter pitched a long stint in relief yesterday, had these heaters, sliders, and curveballs, and this pitch, which is one of the worst called strikes you will see. It's terrible. Ty Madden had these dirty splitters, and Cade Smith had this fastball and splitter. My top 5 filthiest pitches of the day yesterday, and number 5, Jose Berrios for his slurves, as well as these overlays. And number 4, Logan Gilbert for these disgusting splitters. And number 3, Corbin Burnes for his painted backdoor cutter. Number 2, Joe Musgrove for these wicked sweepers. And number 1, the legend, the future Hall of Famer, and Cy Young Award winner, Chris the Condor Sale. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. It's Miguel Rojas doing his best Landon Knack imitation. Absolutely hilarious. Although he does forget to cover first here, and Freddie kind of says, "What are you doing?" My picks of the day today, I'm going to start out with David Peterson for 5 Ks or more. Then I'm going to take Mackenzie Gore for 6 Ks or more, and top it off with Charlie Morton for 6 Ks or more. What would your picks of the day be?